No, Vedanta doesn't speak about anything about vegetarianism, non-vegetarianism or anything. But there is something that when the mind grows in its dimension, will you like to hurt others? The mind will not be ready to hurt others. So generally they will become vegetarians. Further also is there, you will find the name Parnada. They will not even like to hurt the trees and plants also. They will live on the fallen leaves, dry fallen leaves. And we have also in India Pauhari Baba. If you have read Vivekananda met him and has written about him. Pauhari has come from Pavan Ahari Baba. That means he was not taking any food. He used to have his all nutrition from the air. Air has enough nutrition, we can have it. So he was noted for that. So he was called Pauhari Baba. There was no food there. Particularly Vivekananda got almost mesmerized when Pauhari Baba asked that what should you take for food? What can I give you? Vivekananda particularly chose the names of the fruits which are not available in India. Only in foreign countries. And he presented all the fruits on a plate. So seeing this magical phenomena, Vivekananda got very much attracted. You may know that story, I am just by the way saying. So it depends on how much you are sensitive about it and what you will. Normally as the mind grows, you would not like to hurt anybody. That is the reason. In some cases, if it has to be taken, you may overcome that hurting tendency also and you become impersonal about it and take it also. It is not so absolute anything. You know that Ramakrishna Dev used to take fish. Many of Ramakrishna missions, particularly Vivekananda, used to take flesh also. Sri Aurobindo said that I don't take non-vegetarian, but I can give fish to the cats, all right. That means that is also hurting, but that hurting nature cannot exist without hurting anything. In our Shastras we say, Jivo Jivasya Jivanam. Jivo Jivasya Jivanam. That means nature is in such a manner that one living being to live has to depend on other living being. So even if we do not know, we are destroying so many bacteria every moment. Like that, even the plant with the vegetable population also, they are destroying so many other bacteria. It is actually eating those bacteria. So nature has evolved in such a manner that here one life form will be depending on another life form. So in the case of animals, we don't consider it to be wrong. But for human being, as our mind expands and we feel oneness with everybody, normally he will not like to hurt anybody, not only eating, otherwise also. This dress, one meaning of this dress is it should be the color of the earth. It has become bright orange, but it should be an ochre color. That's the color of the earth. The meaning of that is, what is the greatest property of the earth? Can you tell me? The quality of the earth? See, you do anything with earth, it never fights back. Tolerance, he said. You dig the earth, you take away all its petrol, which Malaysia is doing a lot also. Gulf countries are, USA is doing also. But they are clever, they are taking it from other countries more. Their own petrol is kept on reserve. When all other countries will be over, they will not get, they will extract their own. So earth you can do anything. We do so many nonsense, but earth never fights back or takes any revenge. So it is called the Prithvi. Earth is the most important noble quality of the earth is tolerance. So a sannyasin also has to cultivate that kind of a tolerance. That if you abuse a sannyasin, he is not supposed to give you return abuse or fight back. If it is wrong, he will try to explain whatever it is. That is different. But he will never fight back. A real sannyasin is not supposed to fight back at all. If you take away his properties, he will smile and go away. He will not say anything. But when for the society also something has to be fought, he will fight. That is different. That is not to do with this. That he will do without getting affected also. He will not get affected by the bad things in the world, but whatever corrections can be brought for the welfare of the population, he will do. So all these are there. Normally, as spiritual evolution takes place, people become more and more tolerant, more and more subtle, more and more all-embracing, non-hurting. These are the qualities, spiritual qualities should have. Other than that, there is another reason for vegetarianism. It is not called vegetarianism. That is, your body, as it becomes subtler and subtler, you will not be able to tolerate grossness of the food. Because the body is after all made of food. So as the body undergoes a transformation, many of the food you will not be able to take. So it's not only to do with the non-vegetarian or vegetarian food. It has a lot to do with the cooking we do. Normal sambar what we take, or here many of the items we generally take, my body will not stand it at all. I will not be able to take even once. It will revolt. Particularly strong, spicy items and all. So as the whole being undergoes a transformation, you would like, naturally you will like the lighter food, subtle food, which is strength giving, but at the same time not, we say ugra, not very spicy or exciting. Exciting food will never be good for spirituality, because if you take exciting food, you will not be able to even meditate. So that has nothing to do with vegetarian and non-vegetarian. More depends on the cooking and the quality of the food. If it is rotten or if it is stale, then also the body will react. It has to be fresh. And once you start doing it, you will find that the natural taste of the food is much better than the cooked food we generally take. We think that by adding spices we are making the food more tasty. Actually, we spoil the natural taste of the food. There is a point of boiling. If those who are cooking, you will know. Malaysians, many of them do not cook at all, I came to know. If you cook, you will find that the green vegetables, at a certain point of boiling, it becomes very green. Even greener than the raw. If you even leave it a little more, it will start becoming, the color starts fading. Even if you stop the oven and keep it with a cover, the color will go. So we have to stop the cooking just before that, so that the cooked food will look very green, shining, bright look. That is the correct point of cooking. Or you can use nowadays controlled temperature cooker is available. So using that also perhaps these things can be done. But whatever it is, in a normal process, this is it. And add the minimum, whatever salt is necessary or whatever for taste, little, whatever you need, a little sour, little salt, little sweet, whatever you like. You will find the taste is extremely good. Many visitors we have found, they say that in our ashram, garlic and onion is not used. So the vegetarians, those who are used to garlic and onion, our cooks will refuse to cook. They will say that no, we cannot cook without garlic and onion. The visitors, when they come, many of them would later on say that the ashram food is so tasty. I never knew that without onion and garlic, vegetarian food can be so tasty. Actually, it can be much tastier than cooking with lot of spices and all. So natural taste should be preserved as much as possible. These are to do with the spirituality. It is nothing sacrosanct. That your body is becoming subtler and subtler, more and more sensitive also. So you have to feed the body with the milder and subtle things, that's all.